What it do, what it do, what it do. Alright, let me copy this. You know what I need to do? I need to make this a short link. That's what I need to do. Sorry, Paul. He's dumb. Alright, go. Alright, gang, you know what it is. If you got questions, drop them in the question doohickey down in the bottom. And then I also want to say, I know she's probably not here, but we gotta send a happy birthday going out to the Luniverse. It's her birthday. I feel like singing Luke Skywalker. Hold on, my headphones are tangled. 1 second. Bingo. This is why you get headphone extension. So whenever it's tangled, you just unplug it, straighten it, plug it back in. Then your life is easy. Then your life is easy. Bingo. Let's go. All right. So if you have questions at all, drop them in the situation below. What? Yo, congratulations, Ty. Ty is going into grandma mode. That is gangster. She's gonna be up there with Gretchen. She's gonna be gangster grandma. Bingo. That's awesome. Paul already did that. Why are you slow? Why are you slow? Hello, Paul Senior. Paul Senior hates that Paul Senior is Paul Senior. No, it's not about age. It's just easy to remember which Paul is Paul. There it is. I know. That's the joke. That's the joke. Y'all are funny. What is up, Kevy Kev? All right, let me move some things around. All right, I'm getting ready. Ooh, Raf. Last week, I think you bolted before I started talking about it, but I was showing everybody you're cool. You're cool plug-in. Sorry, I'll try to tell you what I was trying to tell you, and then John just made me laugh. Thanks, John. Anyway, dude, listen. I don't know how you're busy. I don't know you're not watching all of my stuff, but bro, that plugin is just dope. And it's funny because like I have motion VFX. I have about 5011 premium VFX. I have a whole bunch of stuff from FX Factory. And this is not because we're friends. Like 100% not if it was trash, I would be like, Raf, my man, what's going on? I use the Raf plugin more than all this I paid way more money for. I mean, way more. It's crazy. Like, I use the RAF plugin every freaking day. And I haven't even touched the stuff that's in the effect side. I use the pop up, but like, I haven't wrapped my head around the 3D side yet. I haven't, done the rest. So, last week's live stream, I showed people, all of the various tools and what they do. But family, that joint deserves a massive round of applause. That's not the right applause. That's not it. There you go. There you go. Like it's phenomenal. And just so anybody who missed it, I don't want to leave you asked out. I'm really bad at the link, so give me a second. I should save the link somewhere. Um, uh, I mean, family for like a couple of cups of coffee, bro. It's it's everything. It is legit everything. It's really really crazy. I anybody who's starting out in the cut, like you can test it out for free here, but just do yourself a favor. Just take your little 30 bones, support a fellow creator, buy this joint right here. It will cover everything that all of you guys need as a beginning creator to create really good looking videos in Final Cut. It covers every single piece you need. Like, and it's crazy because listen, Luis knows I spent way more. And this is the part Luis just said something that I don't think it's super understated, but it's kind of brilliant. Raphael outsmarted the entire industry because when you go inside Final Cut, his plugins come up at the top because it was such a subtle thing, and the the cojones to do that when nobody started this. Like, okay, dude, I've been using Final Cut since version one, like before it was actually became Final Cut. The cojones on this brother to set himself up to be the Ace Cool Boom number one, the number one at the top of the page. Hold on, let me just show you guys because it's hilarious. It's hilarious, and I'm surprised nobody thought of this. Look, the RAF plugins come up right here. Cuts, tools, zooms at the top of the list, even above the stuff that Apple put in. It's brilliant. It's everything. It's everything. It's everything. I listen. I cannot sing the praises enough for my homie. So, yo, um, yeah, just it. That's it. So, if anybody, ooh, ooh, you heard it first. Is this an exclusive? Is this the first time you're hearing this? John wanted to know if Raph is making it for Resolve, and the answer is a full ass 8 ball. Yes. Eventually, yes. That's a full ass 8 ball. Eventually, yes. So, just family. Listen, I can't say enough praises about this. I legit use it every single day. It is so good in all my videos. Like I got the wipes going down. I got all kind of like Raphaelness going down in my situation. So that's all. That's all I wanted to say. It's too good. It's too good, and it's not subscription. Listen, you should have told me this. Actually, you probably did. You should have told me this before I got the Motion VFX subscription. Actually, I like the Motion VFX subscription, but I just find because I'm only speed moving and I'm trying to get it done quickly because I'm making a video every day. The it's funny. It's almost just gonna. I'm trying to gather my words correctly. It's almost disingenuous to call it the basics because that's what it is, but it's different. It's like calling the beef and steak the basics. No, like a steak can be Western Sizzler, a steak can be Chris, and a steak can be Delmonico's. Now they're all the same piece of meat, but trust me, the one at Delmonico's tastes way better than Ruth Chris, and Ruth Chris is like miles above the Western Sizzler or whatever you guys have for the shitty steak in your neighborhood. For us, it was Sizzler. I don't know if they still. I don't even know if they're still in business. What do you call that? What do you people in the South call it? The Cracker Barrel. That's what it is. Yeah, like this ain't the Cracker Barrel. Yes, essential. Absolutely. There you go. Luis has more coffee than me because he's on the East Coast. Anyway, people, just do yourself a favor and dive in. Yes, it's yeah, and that's the thing. Raphael's telling you the truth. If you can buy all of that mess, then yeah, it's worth it. But I don't know. It's crazy. I don't even know like like how you even just thought of this. Like because yeah, there's other stuff out there, but it's just good, bro. It's just good. It works on shorts. It works on longs. You don't have to know anything, even though I do. The interface is well thought out. Yeah, it's just crazy. Sorry, John. Sorry. uh, Hello, K Walk. Drove to Jersey listening to the show. No, I'm driving home listening to the show. Oh, that's funny because last week when you was up in there, yeah, it's the necessities. It's necessities. But yeah, big ups to Raph for coming through for us. All right, gang. Shorts, longs, and everything in between. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Paul. All right, Paul Duncan got themselves or himself like there's two of them. Paul got himself a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So while waiting for you guys to drop questions, I'm gonna give Paul some of my favorites, which are must have to get. Bingo. These are my favorites right now because there is a brand new card out by SanDisk called the SanDisk Creator Series. It's the exact same price as this. I kind of want to try one of them. but for the last 3 or 4 years, I've been using these, and I absolutely love them. 69 bucks regular. Occasionally, Best Buy will have it on sale for 54. But I get the Pro Ultimates because they're $5 more than the other pros. There's 3 levels of pros, I believe they have. They have the where's my light blue card? Hold on. AS. Ooh, upside down. Luis, I should mark this upside down versus right side up. Yes. One thing I like is that the sleeve is white. So when you go to look in your bag to find the sleeve, it's easy to find versus the black one. So there's Pro, then there's Pro Plus, and then there's Pro Ultimate. So the pros completely work, but considering it's only like $5 to $10 more to get the Pro Ultimate, which is 200 megabytes per second. The Pro Plus is, I believe, 180, and the Pros are 160. Um, all that means, like, let's be real. These guys aren't trying to cheat you. And I know people, and I've seen tons of videos where everybody's like, oh, these guys are cheating you. They're all the same. No, what happens is when you manufacture something this tiny, there are variances that's fixing to happen. So what they do is they test in a tester for how fast or how slow it's reading. So their goal is to get, say, 220 on everything. And when they test it, the ones that test high become the Pro Ultimates. The one that tests at the baseline become the Pro Plus, and the ones that test under baseline but still passable, meaning faster than 150, those become the standard Pros. They're not like they don't manufacture 3 separate SKUs. This is anybody here ever race cars? RC or fly RC electric choppers, copters, planes, whatever. When you build batteries, this is something that they do. Um, they they bin the batteries, right? Or even they do the same thing in chips for anything that has to do with speeds. Oh, there you go. John just said it. See, John is on point. Anything that has to do with speeds, they build off of a particular die. That's the way you manufacture seeds. Listen, when you start getting S's, it means you need to drink. When you start popping your mouth when you're talking, you need a drink. It's obnoxious when you're live, so just keep water nearby, or tea, or whiskey, or beer. It's up to you. Um, yeah, your i7 is just the messed up i9. So correctly, when they manufacture chips, they basically put them all in a tester. There's a giant. I've seen these testing machines. They're pretty incredible. I went to Foxconn a couple years back, so I got to see all this stuff happen in real life. But they test them, and whatever passes gets put into one particular bin. Things that are like higher than normal get into another bin. Things that are slow but passable go into another bin. It's literally just happens. And believe it or not, take it in the non-tech jeans. When they make a certain jeans, if it passes, the back patch says Banana Republic. If it's good, like say it gets an 8 but not quite a 10, it says Gap. And then if it's shitty, it says Old Navy. It's the same freaking manufacturing line. Nothing changed. All they did is change the patch according to how well the robot sewed the stitches. That's it. Now that they've gotten better and they use a lot more automation and not people, they can produce based off of the thickness of the materials. But back in the day, again, I've seen it in Indonesia. I've been to the factory. They legit just check the sewing, and the various stitches become various brands. That's legit what it is. So yeah, it's easier to manufacture these chips this way. So if you're going to get cards for any of your portables, right? Um, I'm saying the SanDisk Pro Ultimates. I'm sorry, the Samsung Pro Ultimates are probably my favorite cards, and these are in the normal people budget level. If you want to go crazy, you can get Sony Tough cards or some of the higher end brands. But for the most part, for us with little portable teeny cameras that need an SD card, like an Action something or a GoPro something or your basic ZV E1 E10 kind of thing, Samsung Pro Ultimates, hard to go wrong, right? Uh, Struggling with focus issues. My ZV E10's back there. I can't mess with it. But why are we focusing? Just answer that question. My ZV-E10 purposely lives on manual focus. That's why I don't get this, but that's okay. I can still do this. And because it's 4K, if in the edit I need to zoom into this, I can. If I need something that's a little bit more clear, I just go to this and then switch to this. Right? I purposely don't use autofocus on the main camera because I know that I move around a lot because my leg is in pain. So right now I can sit like this in a couple minutes, I'll be over here. And that's just because my leg's going to get sore and I have to constantly adjust. And then my chair is broken, so my arm keeps pulling down. So I never, ever, 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 ever use autofocus on the main camera. Just put it in focus. Just focus it, leave it there. Know that every time you sit in your chair, you're already good. Now, you don't very often present things on screen, but if you do, I would maybe set up just the iPhone on a little tripod. Oh, come here. I would set up this as the second camera, just right off frame. Set up your iPhone as a second camera, just right off frame, and give yourself something that you can use to point the stuff. And just plug your iPhone in with the USB-C cable. If you don't have a port, use NDX HS Capture and use that. I mean, honestly, I think the main camera should be lock, stock, 2 smoking barrels, never touch it, always in focus, always at the right exposure. It just stays there. Now, that's because we might be beneficial. No, not the right word. We might be lucky enough to have a camera that we can leave in position and locked off. That ZV-E10 back there came out in October of 2022, I believe. It has never left that position. That ZV-E10 back there has been back there since it came out the box. It has been on since it came out the box, barring 2 power outages. So if I could get a sensor read on time from the sensor, this camera has been on for almost 4 years, nonstop. Never turns off. No dummy battery. It's it's a Sony battery. It's not one of those $20 generic joints. It's a real deal Holyfield Sony dummy battery, which is really hard to get. But I've had that battery since W batteries came out, which was like NEX something, NEX5 or NEX7. That same exact plug has been in this camera, and prior to that, it was in the 6400 for about 5 years. So it literally just sits there. I never turn it off. I never touch it. Just don't even muck with it. Don't even muck with it. I think that's me. If you can do it, you can do it. I don't even think you can get the Sony W accessory power thing anymore. Like, I think Sony stopped making them. The memory controllers on the chip, the RAM is technically not on the SoC. Who said that? Oh, I'm trying to figure out the die on board RAM and the M3 chips. No. That's different. It is direct. This is going to get complicated. It is direct to the body, but it is not on the die. As John just explained it to you. People completely underestimate how good the chips are on the new Apple products. It's funny. It's because everybody wants so bad for Apple to screw this up, but considering something, why are you doing that? Considering something that I've been messing with for quite a long time, all the way back from Commodore 64 and having to solder memory chips to each other in order to get them to sort of behave. It's kind of crazy. It is legit crazy what they're pulling off with this chip. I would say, from a pure nerd standpoint, one of the biggest advancements in tech in forever. And yet, so many people, especially pundits who have no idea what they're talking about, they're just tripping. Okay, so here's a prime example. Of course, the YouTubers and the internet ding dongs are going crazy because we are on. Here, let me pull it up. What I'm going to say is going to make more sense if I can see what I'm talking about while I'm talking about it, because then I can explain what I'm trying to explain. I know it's in my head. It's in my head. I'm going to pull up the Mac Studio real quick for you guys. Okay, let's go here. Um, so people are losing their mind because the M4 Max is the Max, and I'm looking at you, Marquez. I know you know better. If you don't know better, then you should stay out of this conversation. And then the M3 Ultra. It's not just him, it's a bunch of them. So people are tripping because the Mac Studio, the fastest chip in the Mac Studio is technically the M3 Ultra. And people want to be like, well, how come the M3 is an M3, but the M4 is an M4? The same reason why if you buy a freaking BMW M3 with a twin turbo 4-cylinder, it will smoke the stock 6-cylinder. It's a matter of power to weight ratio, things of that nature. First of all, because of the way the M3 is dual laned, they can pull up to 512 gigabytes of unified memory. That in itself makes it faster. It also is not quite twice, but it's a little bit more than 3/4 the bandwidth for memory speed. But the big one is it's 32 neural engines, whereas this is going to max out at 16. They don't have an M4 Ultra yet because it takes longer to get the two chips stuck together with the Infinity Bridge, and the testing is there. We will get M4 Ultra by the time we get to M5. When they first came out, we got M1 Ultra towards the end of M1. M1 Ultra did not come out when the M1 came out. M1 Ultra did not come out when the Max came out, and it did not come out when the Pro came out. It came out towards the end, which was almost 3 years ago, March. So it takes time, and the level of tech that is in one of these chips is so insane that no, they can't just make one every couple of months, you freaking ding dongs. It's just they want something to yell about so that the Android people can come on and be like, oh, Apple's assholes. Like, it's so stupid. It's kind of obnoxious, and tech reviewers get on my nerves at this point. Like, I'm one of them, and they start to get on my nerves because I know these guys know better. If they don't know better, they should shut up because it's just ridiculous. And the only people who need to buy an M3 Ultra, especially at the price that it's going to come into, have to be doing some really high level graphics, heavy GPU intensive stuff. Some people who are writing, testing, or building high end LLMs. Like, none of you guys are going to make this in Final Cut. You're just not, right? It's not for the YouTube crowd. Like, no one, Apple is not expecting anyone in the YouTube crowd to buy one of these. They're expecting people that work in scientific industries, high-end engineering, or like really, really high-end graphics. Now, in that same note, right, the company has data on every single person who's bought every single machine. They know who's buying what. So why would they go and make something that they didn't think anybody was going to buy? Like, they've done the research. They know how much they need to make in order to break even, right? Like, it's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And to Raf's point, because Raf is still independent, people forget that Apple produces so many products for people that are in the production industries. They actually own the streaming service. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they make products that they can use in the films and projects and budgets that they own. So If they need to do high end work in For All Mankind or Sequence or Sunny or whatever, why not make machines that you can use that also benefit the public? I have not seen a single freaking YouTube pundit face ever talk about the fact that they can build machines that they can use in their own production studios and the rest of Hollywood. So when Marvel Universe decides, hey, we need to buy 600 machines to build this render farm to bring back Start Game, Marvel Universe Origins or something, I was like, all right, we'll fit that bill. We'll make this work. We'll make sure it can do all of these things, and then we'll sell the leftovers to the rest of Hollywood. They can do that. Like it's kind of crazy. So to Ralph's point though, when they make a M3 or M4, they're not expecting you to upgrade from M2. They're not expecting you, Gretchen, to upgrade from your M2. They're not expecting even myself, who's on the M1 studio like Ref, they're not expecting it. They're looking for someone who has either not jumped in the game yet or who is still coming out of Intel. We're not far enough removed. We need to be about 7 years removed from Intel before they start jumping back into the M1. Because the M1's Mac Studio will kick ass until about M6, M7. And every year, this is September. Just get ready. Come September, technically June, because they're going to talk about it in June. But come September, when the iPhone 17 comes out, every person who has a YouTube channel who can get at least 1,000 people to watch a video will be like, oh, the 17's only an incremental update from the 15. They're not expecting anybody except the idiots on YouTube, which is maybe 2% of the population, to buy a 17 if you own a 16. They know I am because I bought every single one that's ever come out. But I'm a fraction of a percent. The 17 will be for people coming from iPhone 12 or 13. I just wish you guys would stop. So when you hear that kind of noise, just ignore it. Just let that part go out your window. Keep watching the rest of the video. How hard would it be to convert from Final Cut Pro from DaVinci? What would it cost? What would it cost to get CloudShare with an editor? If you want CloudShare, stay in DaVinci. The one thing Final Cut absolutely sucks at is sharing projects. It does everything so well. It raw sucks at sharing projects. So if your goal is to share with an editor, definitely stay in DaVinci. But it doesn't, I mean, if you can use, once you get the hang of one editor, all of them are the same. They're relatively easy. I can use DaVinci, I just don't like it. It is not that I hate it. I probably should make myself use it more and then find out the things I like about it more. But from the times I use it, I didn't really like it. And it's just because the little node thing, like my brain can't. It just can't. And DaVinci is a very capable editor. And yeah, I remember DaVinci when it was like a $15,000 program. So there's that. Resolve technically has been out for quite a long time. Most people don't know that. Yeah, because it just didn't work. You know, Apple definitely has some failures here and there. It just didn't work. So they had to S-can it. But see, how dope is that, right? People just wait for them to mess something up. And it's like, but that's why your content sucks. Because you don't put it out there even if it's bad. You should put it out there regardless. And then if it's bad, you just take it down or you bring it back or you fix it or you improve it or you do something to add to the process. You know what I mean? And the ability to put things out and iterate once you get proper feedback or you self-analyze, that's what makes a good creator. You know, I like to make sure that this all ties back into what we do. You know what I mean? So the fact that, you know, because of idiots out here saying stupid crap about Apple, I'm like, you know what? You can start your own company, bro. It's a free country. And they're like, well, I don't have money. Well, Steve didn't have money either, but they started a company. And now it's the biggest company in the world, or one of, not anymore, I believe, but, you know, one of. So if it's that important to you, then go start your own thing. Everybody could complain. I want y'all to hear this. Everybody could complain about Final Cut plugins and how they suck and they don't really do what I want. Or you could do what Raphael did and just make your own. Even if you didn't know how, if you came up with like 6 plugins that you thought would change the game, it would take you 5 seconds to go find somebody to help you put that together. Because there's developers everywhere. Everywhere. You could even hit up Raph and be like, hey, I got an idea for some plugins. You want to show me how to do this? Raph would probably be like, all right, then get 10%. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. People got so much trash to say, but don't nobody want to put no skin in the game. I think that part is funny. You know, I hated on factory mic covers forever. I think they all suck. So what I did, I made my own. This is legit Shure mic cover. Like, came with the Shure. Like, and give it a second to do that focus thing. There it is. It's all like chewed up and like falling apart, and the foam is combing. See? So I could complain about it. I could keep buying these, or I can make my own. Guess what I chose? What? No, that's you know what I'm saying? Right? So like again, I could complain like, why do I gotta buy a new one of these every 6 to 8 months because it just doesn't agree with the tropics or the humidity in my room or whatever the hell it is. I have no idea why. I don't care. I just make a better mousetrap. How's that? Wow. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? You could bitch about it or you could be about it. There you go. I like what Raph said. Guys, you are more than welcome. You're more than welcome to throw questions in if you got questions in. I'm down to get that. I don't want to make this a Doc Bit session because I could do this for hours. I'm waiting for that 17. My number we see there you go. Upgraded from the 13 to the 17. Like it's so crazy, bro. He said you can stop chewing on the foam. Yo, Rich, what was homie's name from wrestling that used to eat the corner? You guys remember in WWE? Well, I think it was WWF back then, but in WWF, there was a dude that used to take off the leather and he would legit eat the foam before he tackled people in the ring. Oh, I can't remember his name. I thought that was one of the funniest bits of all the wrestlers that ever came out. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Axe and Smash, like Man Child, dude. Oh my God, what the heck was his name? He used to eat the freaking ring foam. Oh God, that's gonna bother me. Anyway, where's Fulgens when you need him? Fulgens would know the answer to that question. Oh my God, super funny. All right. No, not the Bushwhackers. I love the Bushwhackers though. Those guys are the best. Ty says she's on a 14 Pro, so you back there with Gretchen. Oh God, he was like short, bald, like just looks. He would make his face deformed, but he wasn't really deformed, and he had like weird chest hairs. Oh God, what the hell was the dude's name? It's going to come to me in the worst time. I'm gonna be in the middle of the grocery store and just blurt it out, and people are gonna look at me like, "What?" All right, Paul. So I made a video about this piece. I will show you because Paul got his Osmo Pocket 3. This is the cage, and soon after I bought this, like the very next week, they came out with a sale for like 18, 19 bucks. But it's a little metal cage. The button is tight, but ooh, Fritz von Erich, bro. Yo. Yo, that's funny, Rich. George the Animal Steel, Raphael with the win. Oh my God. Raph with the win. George the Animal Steel. That is correct. Wow, Raph, I didn't even know you was about that life. Yeah, so this thing is super, super cool. It has butterflies so that you can, sports mount it. I tried something yesterday which was really stupid. Where did I do with it? It's right here. It did not pan out well. So I put on my little neck doohickey which is super hard to get on. What's up, BJ? Good to see you here, fam. I always struggle with getting this on because look, if you do it like this where you can see, it's just a straight push in. But when you can't see, any sort of angle doesn't let it go straight in. So you gotta like be really careful. There it goes. So you put this guy on, and then I have it set up for the Osmo Action 5, which is in my bins over here at the moment. But I tried to put this on the front and do a walkabout, and it's way too close to the face, bro. It's just really, really weird. But this is a really cool little piece. And what's also nice about this piece is that it works good for a action camera, but not so much for the Osmo Pocket. But you can easily just hold it like this because the camera's light enough. You know what I mean? But the, I need this to be slightly longer. This was made for some little pencil neck kids. I need somebody to make one of these for thick neck. I might have to craft my own, but that's a cool accessory. But this little cage right here is dope. I have my tilted cage, which is dope. But one thing you must absolutely get, Paul, especially because we're going to be in Vegas, is you need to pick up ND filters. If you saw my video from yesterday, you'll see what I mean. Like, it gets blown out real quickly. You don't have to buy the big kit with like 50, 1100 filters in. You probably need an ND 32 or higher. 16 will work, but still can get blown out even on an ND 16. So if you just want to buy a single $20 filter, 32 or a 64 will be fine. Everything else is just adding to stuff you need to carry around. So there's that. This is the one thing you must get. And then you want a USB base. I have the factory one. It's again in my, I organized my stuff, so now it's all set up nicely. But this guy, that Ulanzi makes one, KNF Concepts makes one. $20, USB-C out the back. It's a must-have. It's a must-have. Did you like that, Joel? I didn't know if I should do more. Thank you. You guys didn't mind the fact that my old ass was running out of air because I was walking 100 miles an hour. It's probably better if I walk slower, but I just don't walk slow. That's just not. This is not in my. It's not in my my DNA. It's not in my New York. You gotta walk fast, and I was worried that because of my knees and my surgery, like I wobble because one leg is now longer than the other. The metal leg is longer than the real one at this point. Somebody did the math wrong when they put it in. So all my videos, I'm like, it's really funny. I mean, Paul, Gretchen, Aubrey, all shaking their head yes because they see me in real life, like I wobble in real life. It's like a weeble, wobble, but it don't fall down. Yeah, I think when you're my size, they call this lumbering. So yeah, I lumber. And honestly, I'll be dead serious with you guys. I've wanted to do more stuff outside, but I've always been a little self-conscious of that. And I just told myself it ain't gonna go nowhere. Like it's not gonna fix itself. Like I am eventually getting the other knee done, but the chances of that doctor nailing the exact right length is probably zero. So that wobble, even after my second knee, will be still there. It's also I'm in pain when I'm walking because the left leg has no cartilage, not a single piece. It is legit bone on bone, and parts of the bone are chunking away. So every couple of weeks, I get a piece of floater because a piece breaks off and it moves around in there, and that's why it's in constant pain. So yeah, it's either you got to put up with the wobbling and just listen to what the hell I'm saying, or I just don't go outside, which is kind of stupid because it's Hawaii and it's cute outside. So there's that. There's that. All right, I'll make some more. I'll make some more. I think there's, flow regard. I think this is going to sound crazy. There's something about being Oscar Mike that frees the brain to just talk about what you're talking about. Wait, this is going to make any sense. Hold on. I'm going to make this make sense. When you're sitting here and you're doing a video, I know that I'm looking at the sound meter every once in a while, making sure that I didn't forget to turn the mic on. I am looking at things happening on the computer. Like I'll get notifications on my phone, which is right in front of me, and sometimes I'll see that, So there's different distractions. But when I'm outside, I have no choice but to look around so I don't get killed by anything. And I see people that I know because it's my neighborhood, and I've lived in this neighborhood for almost 30 years, so I know a lot of folks. I'm also seeing tourists that are lost, and I often give directions because this, as you can tell from my video, I live in the art district, so people come to take pictures of the murals or take pictures in front of the murals. Um, yeah, I think just being out there, like I didn't get a chance to focus on any of the tech. Like that was just out of my head. So I was just talking about what I was talking about. The tech was completely out of my mind. So maybe it is better when you release yourself from the studio because there is an it's okay if you go outside in Seattle, there's a high probability of getting wet. So you're just already ready for it. But if you're in the house, then you think everything's got to be perfect. In Seattle, you dress to the fact that you might get wet because it's going to happen. Gretchen probably laughing because I think she understands what I'm saying. Either that or she's painting in between dab hits, one of the two. Yeah, so yeah, I think there's a sort of disconnect when I'm out there. So I think to a certain point, flow regard is right. Yes, I just made up a new name for Florence. She's gonna punch me. Damn, Ralph said he cracked that kneecap at 16. Ow. Yeah, dude, trust me. These are crazy. Ooh, the PCL. I did all of my CLs. Yeah. Oh, see, Seattle. Same thing with Vancouver. If you go outside, you're gonna guarantee get wet. That is good. That is good. So getting ready for this trip, and I guess one of the reasons why I wanted to do that video yesterday too is to get more into I hate the terminology vlog mode because I don't want to do a vlog. I don't want to like, hey guys, watch me make coffee. Hey guys, what? I mean, with here's gonna sound really stupid. I film myself making coffee all the time. I don't use it that often, other than B roll for shorts. But like, I don't want it to be that sort of vlog, if you will. But I just wanted something that I could use to say what I gotta say and sort of break up the monotony. But for work, we are going to do some more vlog style content. And since Paul and Lou and I are getting ready to go to the Bay, where did this profile thing come from? What is that? I have a window named Profile. I have no idea where it came from. That's weird. Yo, that is crazy. All right, I got to do something weird, people. I have to do a screen share just so I can try to figure out where I have a window that's not a real window that came up saying profile, and I just want to see what app it came from. So I'm gonna use screen share to see if I can find it. Yo, that is really, really weird. Yeah, it doesn't even show up here. All right, I'm gonna show you. No, because we have Ecamm profiles, but we don't have a profile window. Here, I'll show you. Look, this is crazy. This just popped up, and I don't remember pressing anything, but like, there's not even a full interface. It's just a random floaty that says profile. I have no idea where it comes from. And when you click on it, like Ecamm stays in the front, but now I can't even. Oh, there it goes. It's really weird. And I can move it to any screen. That's so weird. Oh, it happened to you today. Okay. All right. So I'll tell the boys we have a floaty profile window. Because you can't change profiles while you're live. She said it's from the Osbot Control Center, but my control center is closed. I have Code Runner open, Milanote numbers. Let me close some of this crap. What the heck are you doing? Yo, that is like a random Illustrator. Yes, I still use Illustrator. Quit Slack, close Surfshark. He just got everything open. This is stupid. Surfshark, what are you bitching about? No, I don't want to do an update while I'm live, jerk. That people are going to go check out other stuff, but in the same sort of vein as Apple, we really don't pay much attention to what the competitors are doing. Like, just don't even think about them. Which I like. That's how I do my thing. I never paid attention to competitors. It's an easy way to get sidetracked and start thinking about what they're doing or trying to do this or trying to do that. And that's why it kind of like I always trip when people say, "Well, how come this OBS is the big one? How come OBS does this and Ecamm doesn't do this?" Well, because OBS is a not really open source. Is not real anymore, but it's an open framework application. There's no company. So if you do something like, everybody wants to know how come we don't put the chat, like Twitch on the screen. I mean, you can if you want to, but it's really stupid. But if we put that there as a built-in like feature and something happens and like it happened to StreamYard, you get your 90,000 subscribers channel canceled because of something idiotic that somebody said in the chat. People nowadays would turn around and sue us because we made that available to them. Not that they were dumb enough to put it there, but because we made it available to her, it's our fault. If it was bad, we shouldn't have put it there. When they said, well, OBS has it, you can't sue OBS. There's no company. You can't come after them. There's no address, there's no headquarters, there's no CEO. Like, you can't sue them. So they can do all kind of myriad shit with no responsibility. So yeah, we're just in a different light. Now the other thing is I gonna guess that Meld is up there with all myriad sorts of things that are basically built to bring in customers to pull a Bending Spoons acquisition. Everybody is trying to get purchased by Bending Spoons or Ben Entertainment or somebody of that nature. So, yeah, there's always going to be that level of competition, but it's not. It's like BMW worrying about Toyota. They can't be as good as they are if they're sweating Toyota. So yeah, I just don't. I know I don't pay attention. I'm pretty positive Ken and Glenn don't even know it exists. Like, I'm pretty sure they don't even care. Like, we really focus on our people and making it better for our people. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. True. And I mean, it's understandable, Aubrey, but I wish there was more respect into what people do. You know what I mean? I wish there was more respect into what the guys put in, because they put in really, really hard. What's funny is when I look at this page actually the first time, it's almost as if they combed through. It's almost as if they combed through our Facebook group and found the exact things that people want us to put in that we have at this point made a decision not to put in, and they put that as the features, which is funny. I can't say that's true. I'm just guessing, but yeah, I don't know. This interface doesn't look pretty to me. Again, I'm heavily biased. I am heavily biased, but this interface does not look cute to me at all. Oh, like yeah, like why do we need all these weird things? I think the audio mixer at the bottom is kind of cool, but we're not gaming, so I think that's another thing. People always say, "Well, we don't do gaming." I was like, "Streaming is streaming, bro. Like, it's you don't. If you want to do gaming, you can stream church. You can if you can stream Jesus, you can stream Call of Duty. It's not really different. But when you market or advertise it that way, then that's it. But trust you me, this right here is a lie. This means let's see if we can get to like 8 million users and then have the company sold, and then it goes to Bending Spoons, as did Evernote, as did StreamYard, as did Hopin, not Hopin. What was it called before Hopin? I can't remember. Restream, a whole bunch of these companies, like they're all just out to get acquired by Bending Spoons or somebody like Bending Spoons, and yeah, that's not our ballpark. We don't want to be in that realm. Uh, it's obvious to see the deal in the tool. This is true. Super cool. All right, that's enough looking at that. Yeah, I don't. It says that. Oh no, that's just talking about minutes of content. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder how this is going to pan out, and we'll see this. We'll see this in a couple years and see who get bought out. Yeah, use them. That's about it. It's funny because for what I do outside of live whatever, which I just did for testing, like it didn't even have to be there. I could still be on Ecamm 3. I mean, I do like having Zoom. Zoom, like today, makes this so much easier, but I don't use all of them features. I think you know me, I think they're mostly unnecessary, but people want them so that they think that their stream is going to be better because you move the window. Your stream ain't better because you move the window. I'm just sorry. If you believe that, you already. Um, I can't say that. If you think moving the window makes your stream better, you already effed up. It's funny. That's just me. My personal opinions. I think people just want a whole bunch of stuff so they can look professional. That's my thing. Everybody says, oh, I just want to make it look professional. And I'm like, I could drop you at HBO production studios and you couldn't make your stream look professional because it's just trash. Look, there's more to it than all of the bells and whistles, as Kevin is saying. There's a lot more to it. What do you think, Paul? I haven't even messed with that stuff. Like, I mean, I guess, yeah, we're spoiled. We have a roadcaster, so, like, I get it. But, like, I don't mess with that stuff. No.
A bunch of crap now that is a pain. And so if I can, and I have to turn crisp on every time I start stuff up. This is automatic now, and it seems to be working because I don't think. Did you hear?
No, you don't have
Did you
cat
hear
treats
shaky?
like Mary Lou?
I do, but they're not nearby.
No, you didn't hear that at all.
Yeah, so it seems to be working. One less thing I have to pay for.
I don't have anything to shake Sonora. Hey, my little thing fell down. Oh, did you chip? Oh, I chipped it. Son of a batching, farging ice hole. I chipped my little priest. He fell. Okay. Oh, look, here's a peanut in it. Can you hear that? There's no sign of oscillation. That's called SM7B.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
That's just built into the microphone. Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
wondering if that would get rid of your keyboard clicky sounds.
no, they're a feature. You don't understand. They are a feature. I can get rid of the keyboard clicky sound. I can switch the keys.
No, I mean without switching the keyboard, just silencing what we hear.
Does the keyboard clicks affect the video in any way, shape, or form?
Yes,
How?
it
Is
gets
the
on my
information
nerves.
is the information more stupid because you can hear? Well, don't do that. That was dumb. God damn
Bye.
it. Uh-oh. Right?
Doc
Like,
Stream has been taken over.
yeah. Like it just doesn't matter, bro. Like people be thinking about dumb shit. That's
See,
called lack of
Raphael
confidence.
is Raphael is in my on my thing. No clicks.
I'll take back everything I ever said about Raphael. That keyboard click has nothing to do with the content. Like if you're listening to the content, who gives a shit if you can hear a keyboard click? Oh, I got a prime example. I can't. Can I do this? Let me find something. Hold on. I'm going to show you a prime example, which is why I know it really doesn't matter. Okay. Let's see. Let me pull up a YouTube clip. Let me go back in the day when I was young. I'm not a kid anymore, but someday I really wish I was a kid again. Okay, so let's do, what's his name? Tom Brokaw. Is that how you spell his name? These are going to be new. We're not going to be able to find like an old school joint. But yeah, this is it. Like, I'm not going to play the clip.
This past week,
Be quiet.
Not her.
All right. So while Tom is doing this, people are walking around in the newsroom, walking by with cups of coffee, paper. You can hear all kind of myriad crap going on in the newsroom. But you know what you was paying attention to? The helicopter crash. Like they used to purposely put newsroom sound into the newsroom while they were doing the news, and nobody ever tripped out because you could hear people working in the background. It's just ambiance.
I knew I liked Raph.
What?
I said I knew I liked Raphael for a reason.
Well, I have the second one, but the clicks don't bother me. And I'm not changing my keyboard because I need to be able to work. So if you don't like clicks,
you can click all you want.
yeah.
That part doesn't bother me. It's just I don't have to hear it.
What LCD? Do you mean LD? Do you mean LD like in? Oh yeah, Laura Clapp Davidson. I got it. He called her LCD. See, he added an extra letter. Like you guys be focusing on just craziness. Nobody gives a rat's ass about the damn clicks. You can completely. I just gave my non-clicky version to Karen's sister, but you can just change the keys. But I like them because they fight when I press.
I have no complaints about if you like to click, I am not. My intent is not to declick you.
It's D-click. And so here's the other funny part now. So Luis, I guarantee you they weren't that bad until everybody, including Daniel, forced me to crank my SM7B sensitivity up. Because when the sensitivity was down, you don't hear that. This is why I know when people be in the community talking about craziness. When I had the sensitivity down, you would barely hear it, and then you're just going to pull the audio up using like Auphonic. But now that I cranked the sensitivity up, when you pull the audio with Auphonic, it actually makes the clicks louder too. You know what I mean? So that's the disadvantage of cranking your SM7B as loud as we're cranking it instead of understanding that you just lift the volume in post. It's also why, so when we capture audio in a camera, we capture at -12, right? I capture at -12. On the rare occasion, I capture at -9. And I know that -12 is quiet, but I also know that when I come back and run the Auphonic track, I'm going to pick it up, right? So here, I'll make this make more sense. That's the wrong screen. How does it live demo share the opposite screen? That bugs me. All right. So actually, this one is kind of a bad fit, but it'll make a little bit of sense. All right, let me mute this one and play this one. Oh, you can't see the meter, I don't think. Gaining muscle, and if you're gaining muscle, muscle is more so this DJI heavier than fat. So was actually coming in hot. It was coming in at -6. What I would do, because I just pulled it out and shot. I didn't touch anything because I wanted to get an experience of what the DJI looks like just straight out of the box. So right now, I'm coming in at basically -6. I'm going to pull this down to like 9 for this little microphone because a couple of things that you can hear is in the background, you can hear all of the street. It's not about the weight, it's about getting healthier. And I was like, you heard that little crappy moped that just drove by? Okay, do tell. And he goes, well, because you've been at the gym. Okay, now, so we're going to back that back up. And then we're going to mute this one. Unmute this one. Ooh, stupid, wrong button. And then you're not going to hear that. I'll getting healthier. And I was like, okay, do tell. And he goes, well, because you've been at the gym recently, so naturally you're... I only did the noise to -6 on this particular edit. I didn't remove the noise because I wanted you to keep some of it. But if I set it to full noise removal, you wouldn't hear that. And then, of course, in Final Cut, you could do this. I'll getting healthier. And I was like, okay, do tell. And he goes, well, because you've been at the gym recently, so you see, so then for once you're on this, you can crank this up even higher, but it starts to get swimmy, or not swimmy. It's underwater. He goes, well, because you've been at the gym recently, so naturally you're gaining muscle. So now it doesn't sound like you're gaining muscle. Muscle is more, heavier than fat. It sounds completely like you're, indoors. So in this particular case, I didn't remove it, but also when I captured this, I realized on my DJI, I could bring it down about 3 dB because I like to stay, when I'm capturing at -9 to -12, and then when I go to push the edit, I'll put it out at -3 as a finish. So this is finished audio. So your number, this is -3 where my mouse is, might be the same, but if you lose, say 4 pounds, you know what I mean? So when we changed the settings on my Rodecaster Pro to appease Daniel and Luis, we actually overjacked the ability for the SM7B to reject noise. And so now you're going to hear more keyboard because I'm at the level where the noise rejection is not going to work. This is why I trust meters more than I trust people. My meters were fine. My 2 ding-dong friends kept bitching about it. And then, of course, all of the old people in the Ecamm like, well, I can't hear it when it's live. And I do enough stuff live that I just have to crank it. But if it was up to me, I would never capture my videos that way. I would capture them lesser. But we do enough live content that I just got to ignore that and just go louder. But if it was up to me, I would capture at -12 because you can lift. You can lift much better than you can remove. Also, you might have heard in a couple of videos recently where I'm scratching the top of the peak, where every once in a while when you get to the top of the peak, the audio it goes like, you don't hear the crunch, but you hear the crunch. If you peak past the crunch, it legit goes loud. But if you just kiss the crunch, kiss the roof, it makes a little like it's kind of sound. It's not quite crunchy. So yeah. Yes, yes. So again, I don't. If it's up to me, I never touch 32-bit float. I just don't. It's not necessary. It makes editing more of a pain in the ass. It can cause audio drift, all myriad sorts of things because the program is well, Final Cut is 24-bit. So I don't even mess with 32-bit float. I think it's way overrated in creative space because most people are doing talking heads or sitting in their studio worried about recording in 32-bit float. But yeah, that's just me. I'm an old curmudgeon. I don't I don't want to hear these little kids talking about shit they don't even know how to do math. There's that. All because Paul teasing my clicky keyboard. I could put the Apple keyboard back, but where's the style in that? Look at this beautiful thing.
I I do not want you to change your keyboard.
Dude, that thing does sound like a lawnmower. It's one of those little piece of crap mopeds that everybody throws a huge muffler on. I'm like, bro, if you want, just get a real motorcycle. What are you doing? Why do you throw the gigantic muffler on a moped? It sounds super stupid. I hate it. I hate it. That is like, get off my lawn. It's super funny. Paul, what time is class today?
1 o'clock Pacific,
That does not help me.
10 o'clock your time.
Okay.
So you have
An
50
hour.
minutes.
You're just under. That's super funny. It's super funny. Right, Kevin? Right, Kevin? Thank you. Thank you for being on my side, Kevin. I can depend on Kevin at least once a week. See, I was saying all kind of nice things about Raf, and then he giving me shit about my keyboard. I'm gonna go delete my damn plugins, Raf. Wait, I forgot. Are you coming to NAB, Raf? Didn't we have this conversation? I'm old now. I don't remember shit. Oh, I had a question before I run. Before I run to go eat, because y'all don't want me in class hangry. Um, I had a question for y'all I was going to ask today, and then I kind of forgot. First things, please do me a favor. Go find the internet. You know how easy it is to find her. Go find the internet and tell Mary Lou happy birthday. That's all. That's all I ask for today, because I'm pretty sure she would appreciate it. She's a very appreciative person, which is one of the many things I love about her. Um, oh, did I see my question about the IKEA bins? No. Paul, you're the moderator. You didn't say I skipped Kevin's question.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it too. Did you ban
You had me
Kevin?
distracted with clicks.
You stupid. Wait, where's Kevin? Oh, there you go. Oh, no, they're on the shelf. Kevin, these things are so dope. I'm still organizing, and I'm gonna show you today behind the scenes. The room is definitely hell. Oh, I could just use this. Let me turn this on. The room is hella messy right now because I'm organizing my
What was
bins.
his question?
What's the question?
Yeah. What was Kevin's question about the bins?
Oh, sorry. Thank you. It says, are you using IKEA bins in your millie, or are you just putting them on the shelf? I'm waiting for my camera that I can't tell you what it is to wake up. There she goes. And then let's zoom it in. Come on, zoom. Uh-oh. Hold on. Good question, Kevin. Dude, I am loving these things. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right,
That's,
all
they
right.
curse you every day.
Who? Look at these babies. Here, let's move. Move your big ass head, Paul. Check out the bottom bin.
I saw that one.
Hey, this label is not. Ooh. Sorry. See, talk about the
Quality control.
talk about the OCD, bro. That would get me. I left that green tape is there on purpose, by the way. That's not a mistake. That's to remind me that the plug power cable is there, but I didn't want to reprint the extra plug power cable is there. I didn't want to reprint the label. But so far, I have. Let's go. Taking it from the top. Oh, you using the little label?
Yep.
That's the little dynamo with the tapes in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not dynamo. It's
I,
dymo. I always want to say dynamo, but it's
well, it's
dymo.
actually my it's
DYMO.
it's my brother printer.
Oh, I have the brother. I actually have the brother too. I have the Bluetooth one. Anyway, so I have
Yep,
my
that's what
Osmo
this one is.
Action, my travel kit. Listen, the travel kit one is glorious because now when it's time to pack, I can just take the things that go into my alpaca bag and just grab it, move it back into the alpaca bag, ready to go. It's not like I have to go looking for pieces, right? So I have my Osmo Pocket accessories, my Osmo Mobile, my DJI mics, my Doombox number one, where we at Doombox people. I got my lens flitters, my small riggings. Get it? Small riggings. Come on, remote control, remote, damn it. I got lens and microfiber cleaners, HIMD and specialty cables, dongles and adapters, USB-C cables, and what the? I have no idea. Little pieces that belong to stuff that I will need at some point in time. I can't throw them away, but like I don't really like that. So that's what that is.
I also did. I
Oh, you
got
got the
some
little
of this.
lens.
So they set on top.
Bitch.
So mine are labeled on the end and on the side. In case I have to turn, because some places they're turned to different directions.
Yeah, I might have to make a little IKEA trip to the Vegas. That's the word. He dumb. Like he got stuck. That means more caffeine is necessary. Um, oh man, frick! I wish you were coming, bro. I got shells and my husky is a big mess. Dude, listen, Kevin. There's two options. Okay, I'm gonna tell you two options, and you're gonna laugh at the second one, but hear me all the way through. If you buy enough if you buy enough desk organization plastics, you're gonna get close to $200. If you buy a Bamboo A1 Mini, it's going to be $200. But the infinite possibility of desk organizations you can print after that would say the first $100 of filament, so let's take you to 300 bones, will far exceed the amount of organization you could print if you didn't get one. So reality is this size right here, I could almost print this size buckets directly on my printer. But I was looking for speed, so that's why I did that. If it's just about making inserts for your tools to put inside your Husky or your Millie or whatever, it might legit be worth getting an A1 Mini just to print organizational things. It sounds crazy. Look at Luis's room.
He's got an A1 regular.
Who? Kevin? Oh, so you
Kevin.
got the same as me. Bitch, get the printing. Here, my boxes, I use my boxes from a site called Bento. Let me show you. This is where I get my boxes from. And I've been printing these all over the place for my crib. So you just go to Bento and then you pick your depth. Let's say we want to go like 150. I think you can type. I don't know if you can type. Anyway, you can pick your depth. That's the wrong way, dude. Where the hell is 150? There you go. So you pick your depth at 150, and I'll pick my height at like 175. Oh, you can. Check it out. 175. And then you can make the width like 300. Boom. So that could be your box. And then you can come over here to the grid, and you can say, I need a split for like a couple of tools, but then one set of tools is really small. Right? So you can do that, and then you can double it up this way. All right, so this is exactly what I printed for my bathroom, to be dead honest. I was 210. It was 210 by 300 by 150. Um, and basically, I got like my Sumikiri in here. Sorry, fingernail clippers. I got fingernail clippers, tweezers, and the like here. I got my brush, my razor stuff, my straight razor, my killer motherfucker razor, all in this one, and then the back is like clipper oil, uh, you know, other basic stuff like that, right? And then so I legit just take that. You go to your download section, and you could decide if you need a lid or not. I didn't need a lid in this particular case. So, and I just download the pieces and I print these. So I've been using this to make all of my boxes for inside, and you can size completely accordingly. 175 is a little tall. Let me go shorter. Go 52. There, that's a little skinnier box. But yeah, it comes out like super, super nice. And so I just been using Bento to build my boxes. And if you want, this is just what the partitions look like, but you can actually build an outside box to put it all in so you can kind of see sort of which is which. You know what I mean? Because you might want to make an outside case and then put these internal cases, like if you're making stuff for like what do you call that fishing joint, a tackle box? But yeah, I've been using Bento to make myriad sorts of boxes. So now I could even print inserts to go inside the IKEA boxes for when I get to little things like a bunch of screws and whatnot. So, yo, bro, if you got an A1, just get there. Get there. Rainbow storage everywhere. Yo, you know what's good about stuff that goes in the drawer? If you're not crazy about it, Luis makes fun of me because I'm a weirdo and I insist on buying bamboo filament. But if you're just making stuff for inside of your tool drawer, just buy whatever filament's on sale. Like stuff that they made too much of, or even the one that's they take all the old filament and they put it back and you come up with that calicoa mixed up color one. You can get that stuff for super cheap, like $12 a roll, and just go to town, like go to town. But yeah, it's totally worth it. In Studio G, my 4x8 pegboard and a box of 280 angles cost you $50. Yeah, well, see, Gretchen, I bought IKEA boards, which is more than $50 by itself, but they're strong enough to hold crazy things. And I'm going today after class to go put it onto a. I'm going to the wood shop to cut a piece of plywood to put it on because I didn't want to nail it straight to my window. The Sunlu mat. Oh, I'm gonna see. I've been weird. I've been using bamboo only, but Luis is like, shut up, just buy the cheap shit. And I'm just like, yeah, it is only for boxes, but I just been on the bamboo stuff. I'm gonna go check out some Sunlu. I use bamboo mat PLA. I've been using bamboo basic mat PLA. Here, you can. Don't fall off there. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. Come here. Come here. Come here. This is my don't fall. This is my little desk stand that I printed, and this is all the bamboo mat PLA. This is my little drawer. So yeah, Gretchen, you can buy a $50 pegboard, but you can't print custom things to hang on said pegboard. So take that, old lady.
Send it to me.
I'm not sending you my desk organizer.
I got you in the fountain pens.
Look, speaking of which, I even printed my old fountain pen holder.
I need that, sir. I could tell to you and talk about how wonderful Doc Rock is
I am
to
wonderful.
help poor little me.
You know what I saw? Hey, Luis, did we find do we get a print file for the pen organizer that dude made for the Copics? Because that Copics print organized file might work really good for that girl over there that's talking spicy.
I just didn't want to make a trip to IKEA to go pick up that. I'd rather just drive up the road to the local hardware store and get the pegboard. IKEA's a zoo up here.
Oh, I can imagine. See, I don't
Mine's
even
only
have
2
one,
miles
so
away.
I built this desk to
mine was even more obnoxious because I don't have one, so I had to go through Paul and then send Paul on a wild goose chase to go get it, which is kind of funny. I'm gonna see if I can
Always an adventure.
find this.
I
This.
realized
This
I
right here,
hadn't been
Aubrey. I'm
to.
gonna see if I can find a print file for this. Stop!
Oh,
I'm
that's
pressing
neat.
the wrong thing. See how he has this mess
Yes.
in his drawer, and where he
Oh
put.
my gosh. Not only are you
There you
making
go.
me happy, but my Virgo wife over the moon.
You see that? That's cool though,
Sh-
right?
Love you
Ooh.
forever. Yes.
So
Is that for markers?
it's for Copics.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
for the whole set of Copics. Did you see how
Oh.
he had his Copics before, just like strewn in the drawer?
Oh, be still my heart.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So he had the whole set of Copics, and they're just all over the way. And I'm like, yo, I need to get that print file. I think he made it available. I gotta go look for it. But I want to get this print file, and I want to make one for my lammies. And then at first I was like, well, I'm going to shrink it. But then I just decided I'm not going to shrink it. I'm going to make it exactly like this, and I'm just going to buy more lammies. I'm going to rainbow out my lammies. I'm going to buy one safari every month until I have like 50.
And you can buy one for your friend, huh?
No, what you could do is get a job, Mookie.
I'm disabled, sir.
Me too. What are you talking about? Me too. Get a job,
Well-
Mookie. Yo, he said, okay, so he said, for those who don't have 3D printers, this is why Luis and I are crazy, because we don't use any ventilation. So it's probably affecting our brains. No, for this type of filament, you don't really need ventilation. Because, yeah, Luis definitely wouldn't print in his house with Aiden there if the Vinny was bad. He's not that mental. A little bit, but not that much. But, yeah, for this type of, you don't really need ventilation. If you get into some of the other filaments, you definitely need some weird ventilation. But
Well, it's not a big deal anymore because Luis is printed Aiden, so he's been replaced by filament. So
he,
it's,
he printed Aiden. Luis is going to print Aiden the little brother. So that
Question for you.
Aiden can print. What's the question, Paul?
I'm just thinking of something very useful. How hard can you make the plastic for wearability?
Oh, you can print metal.
Because there's so many
I can't print metal
obsolete.
on my printer, but
I've
can
never
print
used a
metal.
3D printer, but there's so many parts that are in my industry which are going out of production because then, manufacturers want it that way. But then I was thinking, wait a second, you could print 3D parts.
Oh, people do it all the time. So in F1, right? If you need a custom bracket for some car for some particular race that's not going to be illegal, they legit print carbon fiber or HETG carbon fiber parts for F1 race cars. Like that's what there's not an engineering firm anywhere in the planet that doesn't have a big 3D printer sitting in their place to just print a one-off part for testing or fitment or whatever. And yes, this is industrial 3D print. This is printed in PETG. PETG, polyethylene tetrachloride with graphene mixed in. Ow.
Second
you, that
question,
hurt.
how long does that take?
They all take the same amount of time. Like I could probably print this in like 3 hours, maybe more. But you have 3D printed parts on your car. You just don't know it. Yeah, like this. Yeah, and 3D printing's been out since 1960s. It's funny. We only know about it now because of the internet. But they've been 3D printing shit since the 1960s, bro. This stuff is strong as hell. You can print wood now, homie. They take all of the sawdust and pulp and shit, and they reanimate it with polymeric glues, and they make filament, and you legit.
How do you up the production run then? I mean, 3 hours, you'd only be able to knock out sort of 5 parts a day.
I'm coming. 2 words: print farm.
Ah, multiple printers. Okay.
There you go.
Dumb
Now you got
question.
it. I know it was a dumb question, but I would let you figure it out. I'm joking, bro. Yeah, dude, it's so crazy like what you can do in printing now. But they actually print valves. So when Paul has his bypass next year, his valve will probably be printed.
Oh, Paul, you're having a bypass?
Oh, sorry. I keep
Look at
that
this
wasn't
stuff.
meant to come on camera. Sorry, because it was
Yeah, so there's people on the tube right now teaching people like how to make a couple grand a month just, making a print farm. So this dude made a print farm and he tells I watch his channel a lot, not that I want to make a print farm, but he teaches you how to build a print farm. But I just watch it because I think the dude is super interesting. He's a really nice cat, so I just watch his stuff. But yeah,
There's a young couple that have started a kind of they started as a recycling business. They've been collecting like plastic bottles, and they've built and figured out a way to use plastic bottles and recycle plastic to make new filament. And they started a small business, and it's pretty much so taken off.
yeah, so
it would take off massively over in Morocco.
Oh,
You
yeah.
you want to see how many plastic bottles are on their beaches?
Yeah, so it's crazy. Like a lot of people are building print farms. So a lot of the stuff that you see on Etsy, like cute little knickknacks here and there, it's all like 3D printed. There's a bunch of commercially available 3D printed parts, but a lot of it is like camera accessories, car accessories, custom mounts for all myriad stuff. Like yeah, there's just tons. So you can even 3D print food at this point. There's definitely people in the culinary industry that are pretty 3D printing parts of desserts for cakes. So yeah, it's just a layer by layer printing. So you take something like corn syrup, which can be hardened, and put it into filament mode, and you just drip it on there. There's also resin level printing, which allows you to print sort of food grade oriented parts. So yeah, there's all kind of crazy stuff. Oh, dude, my printer was $400, and then I bought an ass load of filament, so I spent like $600 for my thing. But yeah, she go. There you go too. If it's small parts, you can print multiples on the same place. Oh, damn it, Luis, text Kevin the link to that guy who you showed. I don't have it. Hold on, I showed it. Copy this. Let me paste it in here. Jeremy came in right when I'm about to run away. Jeremy, you have a question? Holla, because I know you be with the questions.
You're now at your 30-minute mark.
Yeah, that's why I gotta go eat. But I'll answer Jeremy's question because Jeremy's cool no matter whatever crap I give him. He always comes back. What's up, Jay? This is smart Jeremy though. Oh yeah, for cookie cutters. There you go. There you go. That's exactly correct. On Etsy, people are buying like shape covers, the Stream Deck stands. I've been trying to modify mine, Rich, because I have this one. So I'm gonna remodify mine to work with the Plus and the XL.
Let me know when you've come up with that one.
You have a Plus and an XL too?
Yeah, I have the 2XLs. What I ended up doing is getting like the little phone holder stand things.
Yeah.
Oh. I've got these.
Oh, that's glorious.
And then I just adjust. Everything's now at the same tilt level.
Dude, that same dude that for the link that I just showed Kevin, he printed camera arms on T-rails that you can put on the desk. And I'm like, this is right up Luis's alley because I think Luis's desk is T-rails. Or if not, I think he's using a Costco metal wire frame, but he could easily remake his desk as T-rails. And then you can go to town with that because it's like way customizable. Anyway, family, I need to go drink coffee before class because Paul and Taisha get on my nerves. So I won't specify which Paul. But yeah, I'm gonna go get some coffee in my system and then go do class. But yeah, Tuesday I'm doing Alex workshop. So rather than streaming on Tuesday, you should just come to the workshop. It's free. Paul has the link. I don't. Look,
Gotta
he's
find
looking.
it again.
He's looking
I had
somewhere
it.
in there. It's in my Facebook wall. Yeah. So what a person
Yeah, I made the big mistake of
because you
volunteering,
can,
and
bro. That's why. Why do you need anything? Because you can. I got homies with like 4 stream decks deep because they're running like really really massive shows. Or people think the stream deck is just for streaming. My stream deck gets the majority of its use in Final Cut.
Yep.
My Final Cut page, I'm just like cha 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 cha. I be slicing and dicing like a boss. So yes, I got one dedicated to Ecamm. One is dedicated to system controlling and volumes and zooms. So for instance, when I'm in live demo mode, my zoom is Stream Deck because it has a knob. You know what I mean? So there's that. I got I can control my PTZ cameras with my Stream Decks. Yeah, there's just tons. And then when you're busy, you don't want to swipe between profiles. If you're doing a show where you're bringing up multiple overlays or lots of overlays, yeah, there's just like in a TV station when you look at the big VTR controller, we just basically turn our Stream Decks into a VTR controller. When you're Paul and you moderate for like 20 channels and you got links for each one of your creators on various pages on the Stream Deck. Whenever Paul needs to give a link to, something, he just press a button, except for trying to find a link to Alex's course. So yeah, like I was just saying, I need to make a button on my Stream Deck to push the link for the Zoom so that all the people that are, the members are in the backstage. And every Saturday I come in and every Saturday I say, I got to remember to make a link for that so that I can just press the button rather than go looking for the damn link. Cause I go look for the link every week. And there you go. But yeah, majority of my Stream Deck use is Final Cut Pro. And they're like swimwear. There we go. So yes, Tuesday, if you want to come through, go to Alex training. It's pretty cool. There's me, there's Kat, there's all kind of myriad folks that are talking. I got a couple panels going down. Alec is the bomb. So that's what will be Tuesday. And then I'll see you next Saturday after that.
I volunteered to help with his Alex, thing as a commentator, and so I raised my hand to be, either yours or Katie's. And so when I got the schedule, now I'm on the Pacific Coast. When I got the schedule, I have the first run of shows, the first 3 shows, which is Alec, Luis, and Katie. And it starts at 5 a.m. my time.
Yeah, but we're old. We already got up to P anyway, so.
I was like, okay, this is going to be a fun day.
Maestro's going to be like, Paul, shut up. I'm sleeping. All right, gang. I'll catch you on the flip. Thank you so much for coming through. Jeremy, you was late for class. You guys had a time change, so you got to wake up 1 hour earlier next week. Good to see you, boss. I appreciate you coming through. Everyone, aloha nui. Be good. I appreciate you. Peace out. A-Town Stomp. And where's my button? I missed.
You're mine. How I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine.